Okay, very quickly then, because I'm
So
sure
can you tell us where do you get elderflower? Is it the right time of year for elderflower?
It's a very short season, and you will see these growing in hedgerows. You can get quite a tall tree or a bush, and this is what the florets look like. They're sometimes called umbels, tiny, tiny little flowers.
Can you put it a bit nearer so I just see the flower a bit more? Do they smell?
They have a light aroma.
Not very strong.
Yes.
Not strong. Right.
But it's noticeable. It's quite distinctive.
Can you confuse that with anything else and get the wrong thing?
It would be difficult. I mean, if you confused it with May blossom or something like that, you'd be barking up completely the wrong bush.
Right. I mean. Okay. So I think we'll put the video out so people can have a good look at that that piece of.
That's right.
I've
only picked one because somebody, when we discussed this last week, somebody was warning that in some parts of the country you can get prosecuted for foraging for things. I think it was someone in Scotland. So I don't want to encourage people to go out and pluck them willy-nilly when you need.
No. Good legal point there. Good legal point.
Yeah. Elderflower, darling, whoever that is, Kevin. Yeah, elderflower. You get elderberries when the flowers ripen, and
Right.
One thing to note: don't pick them from near a main road, because then you'll get them impregnated with ghastly fumes from diesel and petrol. And don't pick them from too low down where a dog might have pissed on them.
Oh, nice. Right.
Yes, right. Now, what you're going to do is you need for a litre, and this is much smaller. This is much smaller than that. I did a big batch, so I've got a big bottle and 2 small ones. You need 12 to 15 like this. They can be bigger or smaller, but it's roughly. Right. And you have to go through and pick at there might be the odd little bug there. You pick that out, bit of the twig. You can wash them, but if you do so, do it very lightly, because what you want is to retain all the pollen and the
right.
the parts of the flower that contribute to the flavour. Then what you got to do is, I'm going to ask people a question. The flowers are white, right? Would anybody like to hazard a guess as to how I get mine to end up red like that? Ooh. Any guesses? Stick it in the chat. No?
I'll tell you if anyone's got the answer to that. No idea.
I'll tell you what it is. Red rose petals, right? Oh. So you want, along with your 12 to 15 florets, you need a handful of red rose petals from your garden. Not beetroot. No, not beetroot. No. Natural red rose petals. There you go. That's what you need. Then you need a couple of lemons. And what you do is you use a sharp knife and you just shave off the outer skin. You're going to use the lemons later, but you just shave off the outer skin. So you've got your florets and your rose petals and your lemon skin, and you get a nice big bowl, bung it all in, boil up 50 millilitres of water, half a litre, and pour the boiling water over, right? And then you get a wooden spoon and squish it down and let it cool. And then you leave it covered with a lid or a plate or something for 36 hours. So you're going to let it superate, basically. And what you end up with after the 36 hours is quite a sludgy mess. It doesn't look very nice. So then you need to get yourself a sieve. I always line mine with a bit of muslin or something to make it so that you pour everything through here and squidge it down so that all the liquid is squeezed into a pan, a saucepan. Right. And then you just discard the gunk that's left in there. So you've got your pan with your lovely liquid suffused with elderflowers, lemon skins and rose petals. Then you get a ridiculous amount of sugar. I have typed it up for you, Crispin, so we can pass it over to people. So lots and lots and lots of sugar.
How much sugar?
It's 325 grams for your half litre. That's a hell of a lot. Wow. Yeah. Put it in the pan, squeeze the lemons that you skinned before, and put the lemon juice in as well. Bring it to the boil, stir away, make sure all the sugar has dissolved. You don't want it to boil for any great length of time. Just bring it to the boil, let it simmer a bit, let it cool down. And then when it's cool, you decant it into your little seal bottles, which should be sterilized if you can manage. And I think it's lovely. It's very distinctive. It's very nice with fizzy water, which is what I've got here. Even nicer with Prosecco. somebody recommended Carver last week.
How much cordial of your cordial do you put into say a glass like that?
About that much. A little bit at the bottom. It's quite syrupy and strong.
And that would last you. So that bottle you've got there would last you for a month or two or whatever.
Well, I've got much more than that. Well, I've given one away to a friend. I did double what the proportions that I've just suggested, but it's great fun to do. And
that's really helpful. I mean, I like that stuff, but you know, it's very expensive in the supermarket. And
it's
if you can just
very
make
expensive
it
in the supermarket. Well, I'll show you the big bottle I've got as well. So this is the one that I'm drinking from myself at the moment. So that little bottle is spare, and I've already given one to a friend. But I used double the amount that I mentioned.
I mean, the sugar is high. I mean, someone's put in the chat that it's high sugar level, but it's only a small amount in a glass. So it's not like you're drinking.
It's not like Coca-Cola's got 9 teaspoons in a little can.
Yeah.
Of sugar. So this has probably got 2 or 3, I suppose.
Yeah. If they, you know, I think we're on a good sugar level there. But obviously, it needs to be part of a calorie-controlled diet, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely, yes. And brush your teeth afterwards.
Yeah.